Back again, day one at JEC World. I have my friend David Leach. He's joining me. David has been on the podcast in the past, actually a couple of times. I think at CAMX. Did we miss each other at CAMX? Or?
Yeah, I think there were some technical issues.
Yeah, there were some technical issues, but we did afterward to kind of follow up. David's on the SAMPE board, and he's also the former director of business development at ATC Manufacturing, and now a member of the ATC Advisory Board. So he's still very busy, even though he's, I guess, semi-retired, I guess is what you would call it. And you'll bear with him because he's got a little bit of dealing with a little cold right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a little croaky. I had a cold, and of course, as with many people at JC, I've been talking pretty much non-stop with folks since I got here this morning.
So we're going to be talking about a couple of things. One is the SAMPE technical sessions that are coming up tomorrow. And you're actually going to be speaking. I think you're at one of the first speakers, right?
Well, I am actually co-chairing.
Okay.
So, yeah, just a little of the background. I mean, this is the first time that JEC has invited SAMPE to organize technical programming. And so this is a new thing for all of us.
Yeah.
Obviously, SAMPE being the leading professional society for composites and advanced materials.
Yeah.
And so we have arranged a set of sessions. There's 16 presentations altogether throughout the day in 4 blocks around true circularity, accelerating materials and process development through digitization, extreme composites, and future factory.
Okay.
And SAMPE, of course, is international.
Yeah.
And so we have brought in experts from all around SAMPE's major regions. So North America, Europe, China, and Japan.
Sure.
So we've really got a very high level of presenters here on each of these topics.
Right.
I mean, just to talk about some of the folks your audience might know of, Pete George from Boeing, who is a Boeing Technical Fellow and a SAMPE Fellow as well.
Okay.
He'll be talking about the path to sustainable value in terms of aerospace composite materials circularity.
Yeah.
Srikanth Pila, who is the director of the University of Delaware Center for Composite Materials. He's talking about AI-driven digitization in composites.
Okay.
And then also Ben Garcia, who is director of the Advanced Research and Solutions Center at Weber State. So they're very involved in high-temperature materials there. So these are really experts in the field.
Sure.
And these are fairly short, crisp presentations. They're just 20 minutes to really give people an overview.
Start at what time tomorrow? The first being
kicks off at 9:30
Okay.
is the introduction.
Okay.
And I'm co-chairing along with Christian Andre Kuhn, who is a past international president of SAMPE. So we're kind of sharing the duties.
Okay.
And then also during the lunch break, there is the Young Engineer competition and challenge going on as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have things going on at
that's
that
pretty exciting.
site all day. And that's the open stage at the back of Hall 6.
That's what I always love about going to SAMPE is watching these students who are, doing a lot of the testing on some of their. I mean, it's pretty cool to see these young, bright engineers from all over.
Yeah, very exciting to bring together all these young engineers who think outside the box a lot more than some of us that have been involved for a long time.
But you'll be moderating a few of these, so that's okay.
And the way it's set up, it is the open stage, so people can drop in and out as they wish. It's not like you have to go and spend all day there.
Right, right.
There's a kind of series of benches around the area, so it's quite an informal. And we're hoping to have some kind of Q&A and discussions as well. Although obviously, we're getting through a lot of presentations in a short time. But
one right after the other.
Yeah, most of the day. But the presenters will be available at the end of the day. So there's an opportunity for kind of one-on-one or informal discussions outside of the presentations as well.
Where is this located in regards to where we're located in Hall 6.
Yeah, we're at the back of Hall 6 right now.
Yeah.
It is in the center of Hall 6. So relative to where we are, it is over to our right as you look at it.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I've got a link at the bottom streaming too. It's directly there off of the JEC World website that people can find it.
Yeah, this has been a really interesting collaboration. Eric Pierjean, the CEO of JEC, has really been trying to get more sort of collaboration and more groups involved. So there were some discussions going back about a year about how could SAMPE and JEC kind of collaborate to provide value to the visitors to JEC. And again, some of this also comes out of the fact SAMPE has this strong technical presence with its professional group. So we have several technical committees covering things like advanced manufacturing, thermoplastics, bonding and joining, sustainability, and so on, which any SAMPE member anywhere around the world can join. So it's a great opportunity. I know I was running the thermoplastics one for a while.
That's right.
We had everybody from students through to very experienced kind of technical fellows involved. So SAMPE really encourages that sort of interaction.
I thought about you it was 2 weeks ago at the IACME, the new Innovation South at the University of Tennessee, which is actually my alma mater. That was a good time. See a lot of young, enthusiastic students there. So
for sure.
So this is all, you said all day, starting tomorrow through pretty much the
it runs till almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 9:30 till 5. And obviously, as you said, you can get the schedule on the JEC website. And also, if you go to the back of Hall 6, there is a big printed schedule outside the open stage area as well that shows you what's on when.
So the other thing I want to talk about, and you had mentioned this to me, the part of the American Aerospace Manufacturing Center, they were recently awarded $48 million to establish a tech hub under the CHIPS and Science Act, focused on large-scale fabrication of thermoplastic parts. So that's fantastic. I mean, 48 million. It's good. I mean.
With the CHIPS and Science Act, naturally, there's been a lot of focus on the chips part of it, the electronic side of things.
Right.
But it was really intended to address a wide range of technology areas that were critical to the U.S., where it needed to maintain or regain leadership within the states and not cede that to other countries or areas.
Absolutely.
And so the initial call was back in the fall of 22, 23, where people could submit proposals for these technology centers and technology areas. And so a collaborative team put one in. We were selected as a tech hub. There were only just over 30 out of more than 300 applications. That also opened the door to then go into the phase 2, which is where you could really request the money. Phase 1 was just defined, this is an area that's definitely of interest and important. So
and this will be located in Washington? Or?
It's actually going to be in Spokane, Washington.
All right.
And the reason for that is there was a Boeing facility that was mainly focused on interior parts and but all composite structures. It was subsequently sold to Triumph, and then Triumph decided to move out of there in about 21. And so ATC's parent company, Lakeside Companies, actually bought the facility. Although we haven't really put anything in there yet. But that manufacturing center, it's over 390,000 square feet. Obviously, it's got high bays. It was all set up for composites manufacturing, so it has all the infrastructure and utilities, so it's an ideal location.
That's great.
So so we were given the award. It is a lot of money, I admit, but the big part of this is around some of the equipment. And it's not to do fundamental research either. It is to do production scale parts and to really advance the TRL and MRL from kind of 6 and above. So you're doing truly production-ready activities.
That's great.
There. And so that means very big pieces of equipment. Large
So not
scale
just R&D, but
presses.
you're actually doing scaled
Yeah.
production.
Yeah, I mean, there are other places that specialize in the more fundamental R&D, but this is really to scale things up for full production readiness. And as anybody who's been involved in manufacturing, especially composites, know,
Yes.
it's one thing to build a very small laminate or part.
Right.
It's a whole different thing to build a whole structure many
Right.
feet in size.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the core industrial partners include Boeing, Collins,
Okay.
Spirit Aerosystems,
Okay.
ATC Manufacturing, Science Co, and Toray.
Wow.
So those are all companies that have committed to put money into the hub. So
absolutely.
they're the initial industrial
That's some
council.
strong backing there.
The award was only made in January, so we've had a first kind of in-person meeting over getting this set up. It will be a non-profit. It's already set up as a 501c3, so it'll be a non-profit to set up the equipment and manage that, and then the individual companies involved will come in and do their own projects there.
So what's the timeline on this?
Well, we're trying to get things moving as quickly as possible. The thing is, large-scale equipment, we've got to spec it out.
Yeah.
And then this is all very much custom equipment.
Sure.
So we're expecting it's probably going to take about 18 months or so before we actually have things there on site.
Right. That's exciting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Got the capital to do it.
Yeah. And again, I think everybody sees thermoplastic composites advancing around the world.
Absolutely.
But there's still a lot of cost and some risk in going out and
Yeah.
buying specific pieces of equipment.
It
So
is.
this will be a great center that different
Right.
companies come in and use either individually or in collaborative programs as well.
Sure.
So you might see like an OEM, a fabricator, and a material supplier maybe all combining together to do projects there.
Well, they get to visit the facility and see how this is being done, and it ignites, it just helps to see, okay, this is scalable, this can be done, we can collaborate, work together. On a project.
Really exciting to see the commitment to do this at large scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much are you going to be involved?
Right now, I'm the ATC representative on the Industrial Council.
All right.
So, although I'm, as you said, I'm still in that kind of advisory board role with ATC, but I'm representing them within the
Great.
Tech Hub.
Fantastic. Well, I'd love to stay connected, and as this gets closer, down the road to operation, let's have another conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be hearing lots about it, especially when we start to get the equipment in there and get things really
I'd love to visit
off.
that facility. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Fly out.
It's going to be a very impressive facility when we get it all up and running. Yeah.
Well, David, always a pleasure when you drop by. I'm sorry that you're not feeling up to speed, but I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah. Actually, I'm feeling okay.
It's just the voice is gone. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. How so far on the at the show? I know it's the first day. What's it been like? Have you
very busy right from the beginning. Yeah. Again, anybody who's been to JEC before knows the first day is a little slow because especially a lot of the Europeans tend to just come in that morning. But it seems to have really hit the ground running. Been very busy right from the off.
No, it's great. A lot of activity. I know you've had some meetings throughout the day, and you'll certainly be busy tomorrow with all of the presentations.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
David, thanks again as always.
Great.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Thanks for the